We're out of time and out of space, lamenting for the human race. A cataclysmic crisis from the past. A small blue world asunder torn, an apocalyptic nightmare born, and mankind better learn to cope with it fast. Watch the glittering protectors rise! Inhuman foes meet your demise! And boom, boom, boom! Your end is nigh!
You're on.
Behold! It is time for the Tomorrow Legion! I'm Kadave, and I'm running this crazy train. And to my left...
My name is Stu, and I am playing Lambert Delanoy.
Okay.
You're not going to explain who Lambert is?
No one, everyone knows Lambert.
Okay.
Except the new people.
Lambert is a glitter boy from Quebec, the Quebec.
The Quebec. I'm Sam. I play Tiffany, who is a dragon.
Hey folks, I'm Nick. I play Indiana Rex, who's a dog boy.
Nice.
Oh.
And I'm Kimmy. I play Arabella Kinsley, and I am a cyber knight.
And she always gets her own name right.
Yeah, I'm the only
She
one
sure
who does. But, you know.
It reminds me, I was trying to look up, somebody on the forums sent me a list of potential Arabella names.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
So I was going to look it up real quick. I'll do it after we do the recap.
All right. Well, welcome back, Stu,
Thank
from the
you.
land of the sick.
Yes.
Before we get started, I wanted to just take a moment for a shout out from my wife, who's amazing and awesome, because today happens to be our 13th anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary. And I talked to her about, do we want to do something? What's up? And she's like, well, you have your game that night, right? And I was like,
Wow.
yeah. And she goes, well, yeah, we'll do it another night. It's fine. So
I want you out of the
thanks,
house.
honey. Yeah, she just wants to go to sleep. She's like, I sleep now. But, yay! So anyway, we had a game last 2 weeks.
We did.
2
weeks
weeks
ago.
Cedric will never get one.
It was session 12, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
The chat room, by the way, is saying congratulations and happy anniversary.
Thanks, everybody.
Yay.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy
anniversary.
anniversary.
Happy
anniversary.
That's
Wow, it's like I went to a kitschy restaurant.
Except without food. For once, yeah, it's like the first time in like a month we haven't had like a whole dinner spread
No
at this
snacks.
game.
I'm not going to lie, I was eyeballing the almonds over there.
Oh, yeah.
But let's do this first.
Yes.
Oh, hey, diary.
It's easier to read a giant recap without a mouthful
Without
of
eating
almonds.
almonds, yeah. Although Tiffany would do it.
Yeah, she would.
Those wouldn't be
So,
almonds.
someone stole Vaughn. What a jerk face. They all got away. We got 2 of their guns as a consolation prize. Rex took a look at them and seemed to figure some stuff out. Lothari, the former mayor, came down and talked to us about the thief bot. Rex asked a lot of really smart questions. He's pretty good at this. Armadillo suggested talking to the techno mages to see what Vaughn was working with them on.
And super Texas appropriate, too. That's just so good.
That's a good one.
Rex wants to see if anyone in the castle has seen these weird robot ladies before. Intelligence tells him that some Eastern scouts may have seen something similar, but they didn't get a good look. Aardvark went to talk to the technomages in their cool lab. They said he was working on a new messenger drone. Meanwhile, I went to talk to Vaughn's neighbors. They didn't see much. Robot kicks in door, robot moves on. It was close to dawn. Great, no beauty sleep for me. Rex wanted to take the giant robot gun out to the range to test it. It has a loud boom. Not as loud as La Boom, but the recoil looked pretty impressive, and the wreckage of the car he pointed at was even more awesome. We geared up to head out. Apparently there might be vampires. I hope they're flammable. We piled into a dune buggy and followed the bot trail east. We drove like all day. It was really boring. The bot tracks don't seem like they're stopping for breaks, but Rex wants to stop for the night. I volunteered for first watch. They'd have a hard time waking me up otherwise. I heard an owl eat a mouse, but otherwise, boring. Rex got up for his watch, and I took a nice nap. When I woke up, Anteater was on watch, and nothing interesting happened. We got back on the road and came to a huge river. I picked up the car and flew it across, then picked up Rex and Animagus. The trail started to get a little hard to follow. We came up to a big ley line in the sky. Rex has a weird thing with ley lines, so he wanted to cross it ASAP. We veered off to cross it, and the other side we saw a big truck station. It looked kind of nice and not all ruined. Weird. Maybe we should check this out on the way back. We marked it on the map. I flew over the station, and on the sign it says Herville's Gas and Pit, and there were a bunch of vehicles and a dude carrying things that looked pretty startled. I didn't see a large pit, but maybe it's inside. Armament wants to go to investigate. She walked in and shouted, "Hello!" Scared guy came out to talk to us. He heard a big racket about a day ago. It messed up his asphalt. His name is Donnie. He's not familiar with the alien robots either. They get storms coming through from the ley line, time travel-y weird storms. He gave us some cards and comic books. Super nice guy. He has something called TV with an HBO full of dragons. We promised to come back and check it out. A little up the road, we came to a gouged out part of the road where it looks like the bots jumped the ley line and crashed down. We followed on until nightfall when Rex found a spot where it seems like the bots let Vaughn out. Poor, smelly Vaughn. We made camp, and Alpaca told us a story. She grew up in Lone Star, had family, had a homestead. Her older brother, JW, and her dad were killed by rift monsters, along with most of the town. 2 cyber knights saved her, and she found her path to help people and save folks from monsters. The end.
Yay.
So,
Well done.
as mentioned last time, because Kimmy did an interlude at the very end of the session, she got an extra Benny for it this
Yes.
time. So
Nice.
she doesn't get robbed of that
Right.
mechanical advantage for telling a cool story. You guys get ready to hit the road again the next day, and again, it was an uneventful night. You're just packing up everything into the buggy, because you're not in the truck as normal. You're in sort of a dune buggy car. And there's... Well, the first thing that happens is you get kind of a headache.
Okay.
You kind of just get like that, almost like a brain freeze feel. Like you suck down a Slurpee way too fast.
Okay.
And then that proceeds, there's this flash of light along the ley line back a ways. And then you hear, it sounds like someone popping the world's biggest bubble wrap. Like
Okay.
there's just like a couple of like
That's like a really great way to describe it, because like everybody immediately knows exactly what that sounds like.
yeah, exactly. But just a huge, like, big volume kind of version of that. And then the light dissipates off. And your brain feels better. It was just a momentary.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
Is there anything you guys want to do before you start to hit the road?
Yeah, did that? So something behind us
Yeah.
made that
Because
noise?
you've traveled on a little bit farther away, but it was back the way you came. Thank you, sir.
That does
Okay.
not seem very
Like,
cold.
how are we able
It's
to
not
judge
super
how
cold, but
far?
I've had it out for a while. What's that?
Are we able to judge about how far it was?
Between you and the ley line. So not super far,
Okay.
but not right nearby.
And I'm sorry, just to remind me, the gas station was on the other side of the ley line,
No, it's on the same side as you.
so it's like at the gas station.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's between you and the ley line, and
Okay.
there's not much else between you.
Yeah, it's sort
So it's
of
a
like
logical
the
assumption.
one
That, yeah.
thing.
We should check this out real quick. I don't want anything behind us, and I don't want anything to happen to that town either.
Yeah, I feel a little bit obligated to make sure that they're okay since we're the ones kind of tempting things through their territory at the moment.
Yeah, we should make sure their TV doesn't get damaged.
It's
I
a
wanna
very
see
strange
those
thing they
dragons.
have.
Yeah, me too. But in any case, if you two want to stay here, I can stay hidden and investigate and call you in if it's anything we need to worry about.
That sounds fine. Maybe we should start heading that way. You head on faster, like you do, and
Sure.
we'll trail on behind, and then call us in if there's something wrong.
All
Are
right.
you guys gonna fire up the dune buggy to go back, or are you gonna leave that here?
How far are we from there?
It'd be like probably half an hour walk.
Oh, we should probably dune buggy it then, because half an hour. It's like, oh no, something bad might be happening. Let's take half an hour to walk back.
That's true.
I'm sure we'll be very effective helpers.
Hey, it'll resolve itself, and then we'll figure out what happened.
Hey, we'll loot the bodies. It'll be fine.
So that's fine. When you get a little, like, much closer, do you want to drop him off to go run ahead? Or do you want to try and get as close as you can before you park? Or how do you want to work it?
I think we'll get. I mean, also we can agree and talk about this, but I feel like we should get kind of close and then let you go in, like stay out of like
Agree.
detection zone.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Right.
Cool. So you get up a ways and you pull in kind of off to the side of the road. There's a little group of trees that you can kind of park in a little bit. Not super tight on the car, so it's not like, oh no, we'll never get the car out in a hurry, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
somewhat concealed a little bit. You start running ahead. As you get over there, you get a, well, you could just make a, I guess, a tracking roll,
Okay. I can do
and
that.
then I can just, because it's a olfactory sensation, which you're probably better at than most.
Yeah. Nate.
Yeah. So as you get a little bit farther, you get this smell like ozone. Kind of like you'd get around high tension power lines, that kind of a smell, like electrical discharge
Okay.
kind of a thing. But that's all you can smell.
Are there any tracks or anything? And I mean, like, did something use the ley line to teleport out, or?
You get to the point where now to go any farther, like to get a good look at the gas station area,
Yeah.
you're out of trees. So do you want to keep sneaking forward, or?
Yeah. I mean, I'll try and stealth in,
Okay.
see what I can do.
Give it a
See what I
whirl.
can see.
And you haven't seen any tracks or anything.
4.
4? Okay. So you come out of the trees and you kind of keep low and hustle up the sort of embankment kind of a thing. You get to the top and you get there and there is no gas station. It's just, it looks like a meadow.
Oh.
Oh, so there's like no traces of it.
Yeah, it's
just-
not destroyed.
destroyed,
It's just
okay.
not like it's not there. Nothing was there.
Is this any kind of phenomenon that Indiana has encountered or heard of before?
You've heard of a thing called Fade Town, where places can kind of move in and out from our dimension, sort of. Sometimes it's a phenomenon a lot like the Rift, where an opening opens to a different dimension and then things are dumped through. And they can appear and disappear kind of at complete random.
Okay. I'll radio back. Doesn't look like we're going to be visiting the gas and pit on the way back. It's gone. Everything's gone, but not like destroyed, like gone,
Gone, like, but not.
as if it was never here. I think it
Really?
might be like that. One of those towns that appears or disappears. Back in the history books, I remember there was some kind of a play or a musical or something. I think it was a town called Lorna Doone.
Oh.
Like the cookies.
Yeah. Cookies always show up every once in a while.
Well, that's fascinating. I'd never seen something like that in person before.
Yeah, me neither.
Very
Is
disappointing.
do you still have the comic book?
Do I still have the comic book?
You do.
Yeah.
No. Well, that's something.
Interesting. I guess it must be just a certain area, a radius. I hope those people are all right.
Yeah, I think that maybe we should definitely report this back to the castle and keep an eye on it for these people.
And from what you know, literally it could be back in 5 minutes. It could not appear again for years. It's just kind of random.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
I
not
can't
much
do
we
the
can do to
awesome
help
pop
them.
noise.
I guess that
Stork
means
does.
they're safe then from anything that's going to happen
Yeah.
here.
Well, here's hoping.
Yeah.
Let's
I
hope
don't know
so.
when or how where or when they went to.
That's too bad. I was kind of looking forward to watching the TV they were talking about.
I really
Yeah.
wanted to see that in
I
person.
know.
The records it's all of the references to it are all over the historical documents.
Interesting. Well, maybe next time.
Maybe when we're done picking up Vaughn, the town will be
Oh,
back.
yeah, we'll definitely check. I think.
Should we leave something here and see if maybe like it disappears too? Maybe that'll show us if the town came back while we were gone. I don't know, just like if we had a bottle or a knick-knack or something.
What's a knick-knack?
Let's check the shelf. Oh look, I've got these Precious Moments figurines in the dune buggy. Hummel.
Maybe the Dune Buggy's got one of those Hawaiian ladies.
I'm sorry. I love it. You know what? You get one for the knickknacks.
A knick-knack.
It's just a fun word to say in my accent, okay?
It sounds like something that Armadillo would say.
Yeah, it does.
It's also not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any like random?
I'm sure you could find
Okay.
some random object.
Maybe we'll find a random object that's not necessary for our survival.
Like, oh look, let's leave our food.
Yeah. No. But like if there's like a casing of something or like a
Yeah.
metal something.
We'll say that like there's like one of those ammo boxes. So it's like big metal box,
Okay.
and you can take the ammo out of it and just stash it in the trunk. That's fine.
I'll write a little note in there too, listing the time that we put it in there and the name of the pit stop and who we talked to,
right.
and rough directions to where the castle is.
Okay.
Since that's probably not a secret anyway, but that way, if somehow they get it, we can kind of link up on what time is or whatever.
Cool. For sure.
Excellent.
So you can totally leave that.
Okay.
And then I assume you're gonna hit the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys start trucking along.
On the road again.
Couple hours later, you start to get like a scratching, crackly contact on your radios. You can't really make out what it's saying, but you just get like, yeah, like trying to watch cable channels you don't have back in the 80s.
Like select TV. Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that horrible audio of like, what? Why?
And the jagged line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have video, so you don't see that part.
Is it getting stronger as we drive along?
No, it's staying about the same.
Okay.
Like, it's somewhat steady. Every couple of minutes you get another almost, when you get to a rise, you hit a high point, you get a little bit better reception, and then you come back down the other side of a little hill and it fades out again. That kind of a thing.
Interesting.
Maybe the signal would get better if we could get the truck higher in the air.
That's possible.
If you think you can lift it, I can see if I can try and tune in on the direction.
I could probably. I mean, I lifted it over the river. I could probably lift it with one of you in it.
Why not watch from the ground? I'll supervise.
There is like a harness seatbelt.
All right.
So
Is it a five
horribly
point seatbelt?
perilous.
Okay.
Will it save you if you impact the ground?
No, but it'll save you from falling out.
You won't fall out and die. You'll
Yes.
stay in the dune buggy and die.
Hey, correct.
Right.
It'd be a lot easier to find my corpse. You know, bright sides.
Yes. You gotta think on the positive side.
So sure, you pull off to the side of the road, you hop out,
Yeah.
and then you can absolutely make a flying attempt.
Okay.
Give it just a strength check.
Strength check. Okay. So D12, wild die, and then I add 4. Okay.
Like it's clearly in your range to be able to carry it,
Yeah.
but
What do we get?
That's an exploding 6, right?
Loading.
Ooh.
I got a 10 on my D12. So 14.
yeah, you totally take off. You kind of do like a big lazy banking circle and get up in altitude because you're not just wanting to sit there and flap your wings crazy.
No.
Yeah, so you start circling higher and higher. You get a couple 100 feet up, and you actually start getting occasional words that sound a little bit like profane French.
Can I tune the antenna a little bit? See if I can get a better boost
Yeah,
signal?
do you have a, like, mechanics?
I have engineering as an actual skill, but because of my background, I could make like an electronics or something.
Yeah, yeah.
At a D4.
Go for it.
3, so probably not.
Okay. As you continue to gain a little more altitude, you start to get little snippets of, like,
Poutine.
why do they keep driving?
Do they not know that I am following?
Clearly they knew the plan, and they have not slowed down at all.
Oh, we should have known.
Probably interspersed with music.
Yeah.
I'm probably broadcasting that too.
You just keep holding down that button.
I think he wants to keep us separated.
The song would indicate so.
It sounds like we've got, it sounds like we have inbound here.
Are you saying that over the comm?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's a friendly, or?
I apologize. I have I'm having a complete breakdown and I can't even remember.
Lambert,
Illinois.
You've been gone so long. You missed last session where we bonded over the biscuits and gravy stew. So now, Lambert's not matter.
I wouldn't say exactly friendly.
It sounds like Lambert's on his way. We should probably hold up for a minute and let him catch up.
Well, if we must, all right.
So you guys park for. It takes another couple hours, but eventually rumbling down the road with he's got a thing strapped to the arm of his armor that looks like the motion detector from Aliens.
Oh, okay.
Gives him a little display, but it's clearly just a dot that's you guys. So he's just running along. And he's riding, he's got the armor on this trailer, and the truck is driving itself.
Oh.
They
Nice.
apparently rigged up a way so that he can control the truck from inside his armor if he wants.
Cool.
But he's just bouncing along on this little, it looks like it was an old U-Haul trailer that they've cut squares in the bottom for him to be able to shoot his rocket pylons through.
Excellent.
But he's in the back. And the music is just blasting out of this truck.
Now we have a convoy.
But in fact there is room to put the buggy on the back of the truck if you want.
Oh.
You don't have to, but
Yeah.
I like the convoy idea better.
sure. You are, in fact, heading east. You're not necessarily heading to Atlanta, but they're probably thirsty somewhere, so
It kind of works.
you can keep on trucking. So you're gonna.
Lambert, it's good to see you.
You have not found the boy yet.
Not yet. We're still on the tracks, on the trail.
Yeah, those things move mighty fast. We are not able to keep up, but we're doing our best.
And that they're not stopping for anything.
No.
Have people? We are definitely heading the right direction. You have checked the people that these monsters have come through here.
When we've run into people, yes, we have done so, but they're also so quick and they came through at night that not a lot of people have actually seen them.
Do they only travel at night? Do we know this?
No, they've been traveling straight through.
Ah.
Like, they did not stop for anything. But when they came through most of the populated regions, it was night when they did.
We do have some evidence that Vaughn is still alive and with them. He
Well,
may
that is good.
he may be leaving. Not sure if it's on deliberate, but he seemed weird. Finding scraps of his clothing and other little indicators.
They're not giving him
perhaps.
bathroom breaks, it
Yeah.
seems.
Perhaps he's leaving breadcrumbs.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Don't eat them though.
Don't touch them. They're gross.
Why would I eat? No, they're not the real breadcrumbs. You've never been on the ground. You wouldn't do that.
Metaphoric
Would
breadcrumbs.
you?
Metaphoric breadcrumbs?
Like from the stories.
There's a story about metaphoric breadcrumbs?
Like Hansel and Gretel.
Who's that?
Didn't your mom ever tell you fairy stories?
No, she never had time.
Maybe she would have. Someday.
Her mother told very entertaining stories, but I don't know if she made it to that one specifically. It's around here.
He
Not
liked the stories
traditionally
about the little
storytelling.
people, like Gulliver's Travels. He really liked that one.
Yes.
Well, this one's about a couple little kids that were leaving themselves a trail through the woods so they wouldn't get lost.
Why would you use bread for that?
That's what they had.
Stuff would eat it.
Well, that is so part of the point of the story. Is
Right.
that you should not, because it gets eaten by the little small
Yeah.
animals.
Yes.
Obviously.
No one said they were smart children.
Clearly not.
No.
And then they climbed in an oven, for Christ's sake. Like,
But she was a kindly old lady.
sure. Because I often thought, I really love my grandma. What's the back of her oven look like? So, what's the breakdown of who's riding where?
I'm staying in the thing, and I will continue. If they're whatever's going to be quickest.
I'm gonna go in the buggy. I don't trust the thing that drives itself.
Yeah.
I guess I'll keep driving the buggy.
Okay. Where do you
Do we want the buggy in the lead as like a scout thing?
How fast does the truck go?
It goes it doesn't go quite as fast as the buggy at full tilt.
Okay.
Just because it doesn't have the ground clearance and shock
Suspension,
absorbers to
okay.
do that. But it goes all right. You make good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
But you weren't going as fast as the bad guys
Anyway.
were seen to go anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just curious about who wants to ride where. That's all. Or like I said, you could totally park the buggy on the truck if you want.
Well, we either should split up and have some sort of scouting ahead with the buggy, or we can concentrate all our forces together in one location and track from there.
Do we have to worry about fuel consumption?
No.
Okay. I would say I suggest that we keep separate. It makes us more mobile.
Yes.
And more
Less of an easy target.
Yeah, in theory, I could have used regular gasoline-powered vehicles, but I didn't want to turn this into a
Hand
big
wavy 'em.
scavenger.
Yeah. I don't wanna.
The techno wizards have figured out a way to make your buggy
Yay,
go.
Techno Wizards.
Excellent.
So there's like a weird cube with lights on the sides, and the lights on the side look like an equalizer.
Awesome.
All right.
Do we need to? Is the trail difficult to follow? Like, do we need to make tracking rolls, or is it just pretty obvious?
It's been pretty obvious so far. It doesn't look like they're making any attempt to hide themselves trail-wise, so you might have to stop like a couple of times a day and make a tracking roll, but not. It's not like you're gonna have to be like, hold on, I got to get out and smell the ground, put my ear to the train track. No, I don't.
Is there how many? Is it 3, 2?
It was 3. Oh, I almost forgot. Stu, you missed it last time. The thing I fucked up that I confessed to last episode.
Armor piercing.
Your armor piercing.
Right.
Yeah.
25 or something.
Yeah, I did not
astronomical.
incorporate that at
That's
all.
all right. That's okay.
So you should have been
forgive
more
you.
effective.
We love you. It's okay.
Sorry.
All right.
We learn.
Yeah.
And for that, there's only 2. Because you clearly
Wait.
would have killed one.
There were
Probably.
3.
There were 3.
Were there 3 originally?
Yeah,
Yes.
2 that were on the ground, and then the wall.
Oh,
One
right,
blew up.
okay. When
One
exploded?
blew up.
Oh yeah. So there's
Yeah,
only
so
2
there's
left.
two.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The
I was like, I thought one
oozy melted
died.
one. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I just went back into my head to the yeah. There were 3. 3. But no, there's
Not
only 2.
anymore. Okay.
Okay. So, who's in the buggy? Who's in the truck? I know you're with the truck.
I'm with the truck.
Buggy.
Buggy. Buggy.
All right with you.
Okay.
All right. Very cool. How far ahead is the buggy going to travel from the truck? Approximate.
Not
A couple hundred yards?
Yeah, not
Okay.
very far.
All right. So still clearly in visual range. Kind of. No problem. First thing, then, now that you're back on the road,
On the road
you can give him a shuffle. I went that way.
Good.
On the road again. You don't know how to shuffle, don't you?
We've been through this. We've all like.
Hey,
the
this is a safe space. There's no shuffle shaming. She just shuffles
Yeah.
differently.
I just shuffled differently.
It's a learnable skill.
Yes.
It really is. It's like checking the oil in your car. You can learn to do it. What am I doing?
Just one card.
Pick one.
Show it to everybody.
4 of spades.
It's him determining
Nothing-
what's going to
nothing
happen.
much
on the
happens.
road.
Yay!
So
This
you
is-
travel the rest of that day.
Yeah.
No big deal. In fact, you are easily able to kind of track the progress of this group. Every once in a while, you see like a downed tree or like a car that's got a big smashed footprint in the hood on the side of the road, that kind of a thing. And you're now on what was probably a fairly major highway at one time, so it's not horribly dense with vegetation. You know, there's a lot of growth, but it's not like big trees or anything you're having to dodge around. So the going's pretty easy.
For those of you who haven't watched this before, this is like the travel mechanic.
Yeah.
So you draw cards, and
And
there's
if a
actually
face card
table.
comes up,
Yeah.
then there's a table that I can roll on and see if there's something disastrous that happens. Like a giant pack of horrible demons.
Yeah, that was
That was scary.
not great.
They were clumped together.
They were
But
clumped
we
together.
Yeah. Watch the parade go by and then
Just go, yay!
oh yay! Balloon.
All these demons walking by going,
Then I get to elbow, wrist.
they're not good at it, they're demons. They probably don't even have elbows.
They might have lots of elbows. It might be all elbows.
Yeah, they have predatory.
Yeah, they point their elbow at you and there's a mouth that comes out,
Right.
tries to eat.
Assault elbows.
Yeah. So you get to the point in the evening where you'd probably want to camp again if you're gonna. Do you want to push on, or actually everybody can roll a notice check? I almost forgot.
Notice.
Now that the sun has set, it's still that twilight time.
This is always the thing I suck at.
It's one of the interesting things about other
I don't suck at it right now.
easterly parts of the country is that you get twilight.
16.
7.
Oh, yeah.
10.
Everybody made it to some degree, but Stu really made it, man.
I exploded twice.
He was ready. In the distance, you see kind of the dim glow in the sky of like light, like
Like a
generated
city or a
light.
town.
Yeah, like sort of the light pollution you'd see from a mid-sized little town
Okay.
over there.
There's a town. We should.
You can push on for it, or you could camp here.
Push
It's
on?
totally up to you, but you do notice it now that the sun has kind of gone down a little bit. You start to see that.
I'm all for pushing on, but we should be careful in case that's their stronghold.
Yes.
Perhaps we can find some high ground and observe.
That is a very good idea.
I agree.
But if
I
it's
like
not
the plan.
them, then maybe they know something about them.
Maybe they have TV.
Or that.
I love how that's a goal now.
I have a TV.
You do?
You have a television
Yeah.
with channels?
Yes, it shows the same thing on each channel.
Oh.
It looks like
Is it the HBO channel that they were talking about?
no, I don't have HBO. It's Busy Granite.
Oh, well.
That sounds like a very boring show.
In a pinch. You know. Make the best of it.
That's good.
What does the granite do? Why is it so busy?
It just sort of shakes and bustles about. Sometimes it is mesmerizing.
Huh.
I watch it when I cannot sleep.
When you've had too much
Good
poutine.
plan.
After a bottle of moonshine or two.
I just discovered something random. These Riffs chip bennies, somewhat metallic in some way because they're
Oh.
slightly magnetized to my
Oh,
magnetic case when I set it
Oh
on
yeah, there's
there.
probably a little metal
neat.
Wafer
metal
in
chip,
there.
wafer inside of it.
I don't feel that.
So they
They're
can
definitely
track-
weighted chips.
So they can track where all the Riffs players are.
17.6. 17.6
We have
grams.
these
Probably.
super cool chips, you know?
Kevin Sibiera has just like this giant board. He's like looking at the dots going on.
And he can tell when they get together because he knows that they're playing.
That's the. What was that movie? The Last of the Guardians, that kids movie, where like Santa Claus has this map of all the kids that still believe, like on a big
Oh.
globe, and they start going out because they stop believing and they lose their powers. But like that's
Did it show
the
up?
map of like.
We can block Dave out.
Anyway, Busy Granite.
Thank you.
Steve said.
like
Busy
it.
granite.
Yeah.
Noisy, busy granite.
Yes.
Look, it's a chip with hair. You're like, okay, for the love of God, we're over the chips.
Just
Stop
stop.
it.
Just quit it.
We didn't show him the other side. Oh, there's a bunch of different pictures.
Yeah, they have different
Got
pictures.
2 sides.
There are multiple.
The
different-
glitter boy. Look, we'll just do the glitter one. That's
cool.
what we should-
It's very nice.
in front of the glitter boy.
So, you guys are pushing on. It takes you maybe about an hour to get a little closer. You definitely see some light at this point. You do get to a rise, and you can kind of see down into a little bit of a, not a big valley, but a depression. And down in there, it looks like someone built this glowing pop-o-matic bubble that probably covers 25 acres.
Yeah.
Like it's this big, like yellow light bubble, well, dome. You can't tell if it's fully round because it gets to the ground.
Very specific, thank you, Dave.
I like to say that because somebody would be like, "Well, is it
Is it
just
under
above the ground? Is it?"
Yeah.
What if we dig under the town?
You don't know until you try. Yeah, it's just down there.
Are there people going?
Can we see what's in it?
It's kind of like it's a little bit translucent, but you can't really see well because it's so bright.
Okay.
I do not think this is the normal town. Perhaps we should camp here and not go there.
I think
Unless
that-
you think that might be where the things went.
It could be. I mean, this.
Can we
Am I smelling if? Can I smell if this is a magic or psychic effect?
It is in fact a magic.
Okay.
It's some kind of magic involved in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Could you scout a bit to see if the tracks of the big thing go to the dome or go beyond?
Sure. I think that's a good idea. It smells magic, and that doesn't often go together with technology, and they seem pretty teched out, but yeah, we'll take a look.
The path of the tracks of the things doesn't lead right to this town.
Okay.
It kind of off a little bit. I mean, it clearly passed within visual range of the town, but it's not. Doesn't look like it was headed into the dome.
Okay. I'll get closer and check anyway. If they look friendly, we might want to ask if they have any information. If this is creatures that they're familiar with dealing with.
I wonder if this is some kind of thing they put up at night, so there is no robbers.
Rubbish.
Or vampires.
Robespierre.
I didn't have time to probably get my silver darts, huh?
No.
Damn it.
Those will take some engineering because of the whole hyper acceleration thing.
Right. Hey,
Like-
Kimmy, can you leave the door open? Because it'll mess with the air.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought you meant the fridge door. I was like,
No,
okay.
that would help a little too.
Just very slowly and inefficiently.
Very
Right.
slightly.
Do you want me to make a stealth roll to sneak closer and take a look?
Sure.
I just
You
want
totally can. If you want to be stealthy about getting down there, you can.
I do. I prefer not to be seen by sentries or anything.
It seems like there's a couple hundred yards around the dome in all directions that have been fairly cleared.
Sure.
So it's not like there's a lot of cover the last little bit to get up to the.
No, I get it, but I think what I want to do is stick to where there is underbrush and growth, and sort of go along and see if I can, how much I can see into it. Does it look like there's armed patrols? Is there
Absolutely, you can do
fortifications? What's it like?
In Quebec, we call that the kill zone, by the way.
Well, I'll do my best to stay out of it, which wasn't so great.
Whoa, whoa.
What'd you get?
I got 2. But you know what? I'm feeling lucky.
All right. Spend it.
A lot more.
What's
Yeah.
your birthday?
9.
All right.
Nice.
You ghost your way down the hill, moving from tree to tree, cautiously stepping over some dried leaves. You get down.
It's amazing because the suit's going. But somehow I make it sound natural.
You only do it you only move every time a cricket starts
Yeah.
making cricket noises. It's all,
Yeah. I can't wait for cicada season because then I'm all
yeah.
over the place.
Dance.
This is the South. You just let him stealth everywhere.
Yeah.
But you get down to the last of sort of the brush that you can hide behind, and now you're probably about 150 yards or so away from the dome.
Can I see through its opaqueness?
Again,
anymore?
it's still really hard to make out anything. You can kind of see there's a vague outline of some buildings and stuff in there that look vaguely townish, but you don't see any patrols or anything. You don't see any activity outside the dome at all.
When you say vaguely townish, do you mean nothing's bigger than a 3-story building?
Right.
Or okay.
Yeah. It's not. There's not like a skyscraper in the middle or anything.
Okay.
It's that kind of stuff.
And
And it looks like there is at least the remains of some kind of a road that came into this town.
okay. Is there any sort of focus for the dome? Does it look like there are warded stones or something, or an outline? Is there a
No.
town wall?
You don't see any physical structure or anything.
Okay.
At least on your side that
So it's
indicates any
literally just a semi-opaque yellow
energy.
bubble that's
Yeah.
giving off light. Nothing's coming in, nothing's coming out.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
Do you want to take the time to make your way all the way around? Because that'll take a while.
I think maybe a quarter or a third of the arc to see if there are other other doorways or any way of getting in or out.
Doing that cautiously probably takes you about a half hour, and you still don't see. You see the spot where the road goes into the town, and the energy comes right down onto the surface
Okay.
of the road. And the road doesn't look completely disused. It's not entirely overgrown with weeds and stuff.
Okay.
But it doesn't look like there's been a lot of traffic there recently or anything.
Looks like this place is shut up for the night. I don't see any way in or out, and the dome goes straight to the ground. I don't think these people are coming after us.
Did you throw a pebble at it?
Are we willing to risk the attention in case that alerts them somehow?
Do you think they are not friendly?
There's no way for me to tell.
Maybe this is just some form of protection.
That would be my best guess at this point. But until we can talk to someone,
I will throw a pebble at it.
okay.
I will throw a pebble at it.
You say that about everything.
Yeah. Do not copy. Repeat.
Hey, what's that over there? I don't know. Throw a pebble at it.
Pebble at it.
You just have this little pouch that you keep full of
full
little
of pebbles.
tiny stones.
This is very aerodynamic.
Nah, I'm ready.
You said it's like 150 feet between the cover
150
and
yards,
the yards
or so, yeah.
in there.
It's a pretty significantly cleared area.
So I'm not going to be able to get a pebble.
No,
that distance.
chances are you can't huck a pebble.
I
Right.
could
got
fly
power
over
armor.
it and drop a pebble on it.
You absolutely could do that.
Yeah, that's true. I could probably throw a rock at it. I got a D12 plus 2 strength in the power armor. Yeah, I'll throw a rock at it. See if
Alright.
I can just hit the dome and see what happens.
Oh, we have a Hubble player for Stu
Woohoo!
from Clan Hannah in the chat room.
Thank you, Kurt.
Woo!
Thank you, Savage Worlds, for having a really easy mechanic to do helper players with.
Right.
Thank you, Clan Hannah, for the support.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll chuck a rock at it. See what
Okay.
happens.
You reach back and you find a, ish sized stone.
Right.
And you huck it at the thing. And it sails through the air. It hits the side of the dome. And like yellow sort of lightning effect. Looks like the inside of a plasma ball, like somebody puts their hand on it kind of a thing. Like, yeah. And the rock, you can actually see it, the rock just stays.
Okay.
Like all momentum just stopped.
Okay.
And it's just sitting there.
It didn't disintegrate. It didn't fall
It
down.
disintegrated,
it
didn't
just
fall
sits
down,
there.
it's just there.
Okay. Does the lightning continue to arc towards it for a while?
Well, when it first hit, it was really kind of like a brighter flash, and now it's just sort of that, like that ghostly stream you see in a plasma ball, that kind of just a little tenuous kind of a thing.
Can they see any of that, or was it? I mean, like how bright a flash was it?
You guys are up pretty far, so you probably, yeah, there's a fair chance that you saw a little bit of a flash, but not like a crazy change or anything.
Well, it looks like it's some kind of a stasis field or something. The rock I threw is still sitting exactly where it hit.
So it's like a net?
Something like that.
Interesting. Well, perhaps
There
we
was
should...
there was just some kind of a lightning flash, some pyrotechnics, and then it stayed there, stayed in place.
Perhaps you should move away from that
I'm
area.
gonna fade back.
Yeah.
We can wait till morning.
So you guys are going to set up camp?
Yeah.
At the top of the rise, so you can kind of keep an eye on things? No problem. You,
Like stealth camp. It's like no fires or anything.
fair. Good call.
Cold camp, yeah.
You get settled in. I'll assume that there's some kind of a watch scenario.
Yeah.
It's fine. Let's see.
Lambert, you're a long way from Quebec Free City. Do you mind if I ask what brings you all the way out here?
I want to see the world. Let there is very routine. I want to meet new people.
Little bit of the wanderlust.
Yes, yes.
Who's on watch at about 4:30?
I'd probably go first
What did you not
again.
No.
So that's two not-its.
I'll be my wife.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you in the suit, or are you...
no, oh no.
Okay.
I don't sleep unless I have to.
No, but I mean, for your watch. You're up.
I suppose.
It's totally up to you. I'm not...
Get far enough away from everyone else where they're sleeping, so they're outside of the deafening range. And I'll anchor. Yes, I'm on watch.
Overwatch.
Right.
You do see the dome kind of flickers.
Mm-hmm.
Off and on.
I'll
Quickly.
slide in and see if I can see what it is.
When you zoom in, you see that like the glow of the dome just dissipates for like 15-20 seconds, and then pops back on. A couple of minutes later, another 30 seconds, pops back on, and it kind of keeps doing that until sunrise or so. And
How early before sunrise does this start?
not too early.
Am I starting to see like a little glow?
Yeah,
it's starting?
you
Okay.
absolutely are
All
starting
right.
to see that the earliest bit of dawn.
Okay.
And then no sooner does the sun just start peeking over then the dome
It's gone.
drops.
So it could be like set on like a photosensitive switch or some kind.
Something, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
And someone goes, "Ow, my head! Who put a rock up there?"
Damn it! This was a terrible idea. Why didn't we think people would leave things on the top?
Oh, if they're not nice to us, we'll go out and throw a lot of pebbles all over the thing, and then in the morning,
The worst hailstorm ever.
Just have Tiffany like lay a bunch of trees up there.
Oh yeah. Just smash it all, port down to smithereens.
Let's hope they're nice to us.
Master Vitter in the chat room just redeemed help a player for me.
Yay!
Did I get my name right? Oh no, he didn't. Arabella Salmonella Armadilla. Thank you.
Give me a notice check for just after the dome totally dissipates.
oh, 2 6s.
Oh,
Nice.
well, that's the way to do
Nice.
it.
My best would be a 10.
Okay, you do see a little bit of blue glow in between some of the buildings. You see a little light blue light. It seems like it's moving a little bit.
Oh, like it might be someone glowing that's walking around, maybe, or
Yeah, I guess if there's like some kind of nuclear accident or something, I guess. I don't know of any BBs that actively glow.
okay, all right. Well, I haven't seen the whole thing.
You're right, absolutely, and weird things happen.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of almost the same color blue that you see like from a TV left on in someone's bedroom at night when
Okay.
you're driving down the street. That kind of a light, but it seems to move a little bit.
Do I see any people down there?
You do not see any people. But most of the buildings are kind of built around. Like they look like they've been built along the inside of the dome and face inward.
Ah, okay. So even when the dome's not up, it's defensible.
Somewhat sheltered, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. I will relay the glow thing and the flickering
Sure.
to the residential magic expert.
Okay. So you wake everybody up.
Well, just
It's-
him. I'll just wake him.
Oh, okay.
What?
The dome was flickering on and off, and then when the sun came up, it went off, and there's a blue glow. It's like my monitor here.
Small like that? Not where the dome was or anything?
No, just moving about inside.
Inside the town or coming out?
Inside.
Okay. Inside the town.
And no one seems. I cannot see anyone in there yet.
Well, do we want to try and talk to these people and find out what's going on and maybe get some more information, or get right back on the road and go after Vaughn?
I don't know. Perhaps they might know something of these creatures.
I think that would be very useful. I mean, at this point,
We can at least ask if they are.
I'm sorry. Are you back with us?
I didn't wake you up yet.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll wake you up.
It's fine. Honestly,
It's
In
gone.
your
I'm
dreams, you're ready to
rigging
give
up.
commands.
Yeah.
Listen here, you.
Yeah.
If they're troublesome people, then we just leave.
All right. Let's see if we can get some more information about who we're fighting. I'd feel much better if we knew more about their capabilities.
Don't sleep all day. Come on.
You gonna fix breakfast first, or you just gonna tear ass down there?
I brought poutine. I have to heat it up though.
Sure. You've got a little, 800-watt
Oh,
microwave.
He's an easy
Right
bake
next to
oven
your
in there.
head. It'll be fine.
Little mini fridge below it.
Does Tiffany sleep in human form or dragon form?
Probably dragon.
Oh, we just had a drop in quality. Will you
I'm also real hard to wake
real
up.
quick?
Okay.
I can check with the kids.
So outside of the blast radius, I'll prod Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany.
What?
It's
I'm not
morning.
late for school.
It-
What?
No school. We're gonna go talk to that town and see if they have more information about those cyber ladies.
Oh. Did the bubble go away?
At the light, yeah.
Oh.
I haven't seen anything like that before, but there's no reason to assume that these people look primarily defensive, and that leads me to believe that they are probably friendly to neutral.
That seems reasonable. Okay. We can always eat them if they're not.
We can do that, or we can just get out of town.
No,
Depends on
yeah.
how many there are.
That's true.
Also, how hungry you are.
Yeah.
Well, we've been right next to this ley line. I don't think she's hungry at all.
Yeah, she's still like basking in the warmth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sucking in that
Not
sweet
hungry.
magic.
There's always room for more.
Right.
People are like Jello.
There's always room for DBs. Yeah, I guess I'll make my way down the road towards the gates.
Okay. Who all's going?
I'll go with them.
Okay. As a dragon or as a person?
We don't know these guys. I guess I'll be human.
Okay.
Do we want to ride down on the dune buggy? Or do you want Lambert to come striding into town with us as well?
Yeah, I think that we should all just go in together. I don't really want to give them one of our transports as a target if we can help it.
Okay. So you guys start hiking down.
Does it seem like there's any kind of town watch or gate or anything like that?
You see where the road goes into the town, and now that the light of the dome has dissipated, there does look like there's a little bit of a wall, and it looks like there's a gate at that road.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem like there's anybody on the wall or anything. It's really only probably 4 feet high, kind of.
Okay.
Like you'd see in front of a house in a bad neighborhood, that kind of a little
Okay.
wall.
Okay.
Um,
Like, don't walk on my grass wall, not like.
yeah,
stay
yeah.
out,
Like, hey, I really don't want solicitors on my porch wall.
Yeah,
Not, oh God, we're about to die wall.
Are there any other people coming up on the road, like farmers in wagons or anything, or no one else was like waiting to get in the morning?
Nothing you can see.
Okay.
Can I smell any people nearby?
You sniff to the left, I'll sniff to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can both try and get a whiff.
What, just notice? Or tracking? I guess
Go for
same.
tracking.
Okay. They're both same. Whoa.
It's a very enthusiastic dice you have
Yeah.
there.
6.
5.
Okay. You do smell like some of the smells of like human habitation, but you don't smell like active cook fires or anything like that.
Okay.
But you do kind of get the same like magic feel to the place. You don't know if that's left over from the whatever magic radiation from this dome or whatever.
Right.
But you do kind of get that vibe. But
So I want to walk like straight down the road so that they can see where I am, and when I get to sort of like hailing distance of the walls, I'm going to call out.
Okay.
And
Are you guys all sticking together? Or are you going to string out? Or like sand people, hide your numbers?
Walk in rows to hide our numbers.
I'll be a medium template behind everyone else.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Good plan.
Yes, we don't want to be deaf. I'll stick with Rex.
Okay.
Why don't I go down, like, front?
Okay.
Since I'm not a giant mech, and I'm not a dog boy, and I'm not... Because dog boys have kind of a bad reputation in this area, right?
depends. But I was figuring I'd be going down with the helmet dog, so it just
Oh.
looks like I'm someone in power armor that has like a
Got it.
dog-shaped
Okay.
helmet.
Not so worried about that. Then. Never mind. So we'll just walk. I'll just walk down.
And I'm not in dragon form.
Yeah,
so.
I knew that. I figured they'd probably already be running and screaming if you're like, check it out.
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Hello down there.
Look at your town.
Yeah.
So you get, 50 feet from the wall, and you kind of call out like, "Ahoy!
Right.
Travelers on the road! What's going on?"
Hail the town.
You get nothing. Like, yeah, keep hitting H. Hail, random town 03. But nobody comes out. It's quiet.
Like super quiet. Like there's nobody there.
Like too quiet.
No, I wouldn't say it's like too quiet. It's like you don't hear like bustle of activity or anything, but it's still fairly early in the morning.
Okay.
They could be sleeping.
Yeah, but if they have a defense that goes off as soon as it goes light out, they'd want to have people there providing additional defense once that wall goes down, I would think.
Unless they have a defense that we just can't see for during the day.
I'll
Should we throw a
cautiously
rock
walk
at it
up.
again?
Yeah.
Certainly, pebble.
The Lambert solution.
Sure, why not? I'll be goaded into this. I'll throw a small thing into where the wall had been.
Okay. You pick up some, like a crumbly
Yeah,
piece
like a
of
dirt clod or
asphalt or something, yeah, and you throw it, and it sails over, and it kind of impacts at the top of the wall and skitters in.
Okay. No invisible.
I'll walk to the wall
Okay.
and step past it
All right.
into the little town area.
You step kind of. There's sort of the kind of gate that would swing open inward, and it's not locked, so you can get up to it and you just a little gentle push and it'll kind of open.
Okay, so I'll give it just sort of a little push open, and I'll call in again, like,
Hello?
"Hello, is it anyone here?"
Now that once you kind of push it open, you do see kind of what he was talking about. It looks like there's some blue lights like in some of the buildings down the street, and it looks like they kind of are moving around a little bit, but you don't see anybody out on the road.
Do I have any idea what those might be, or if I heard of anything like this before?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's not a common phenomenon or something.
Hello. We don't mean you any harm. We're just traveling through, and we were hoping you had some information. We're trying to save a little boy.
I will calm back. Everyone, get ready in case this goes bad. And I'm going to knock on one of the doors that had a blue light.
Okay.
Just
So
won't like it.
has everybody moved in to in past the gate now? Or is everybody?
Yes.
I'm
be the
just
last.
trying to find out where everybody is, because like if he's going up to a house with a door,
Do I have to duck to get under the gate?
no, it's just a
I'm probably going with
there's
them.
no arch.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm curious and nosy, so I'm going right in there.
Cool.
Ooh, what's in these people's houses?
Yeah.
Through their road, or did you step off to the side of it?
Oh, is it a nice road?
It's
Or just
pretty
dirt?
well maintained inside the
I
house.
won't do that then.
Okay.
I'll pull my sword out.
Fucks up their road. They're like, get him. We work all the time.
Listen here, we were gonna let you just wander through our town thinking it was abandoned, but now you've done fucked up our asphalt. I hate that machine. So you get to the house and you knock on a door.
Oh, it's Radiator Gulch.
I was gonna say they're gonna
Make you drag the
Dragged it through.
like cars.
That's what you get. They're gonna teach you to race. Damn you, Paul Newman. So you knock on a door and like you get one knock and the door.
So like the door wasn't latched either.
Wasn't.
Just
No.
bang.
Yeah.
I call into the house. Hello?
You see, like it's basically a straight shot hallway into the house. It looks like there's maybe like a kitchen or something at the back. And then about 2/3 of the way down the hallway, there's a doorway that's open, like it's not a closed door, and you see some of that blue light shining out from there. And as you say hello, you see the blue light. It looks like almost somebody has like a weird bluish flashlight, and it shifts in the room, kind of. Like from the perspective of where you are, you see how it's shining out on the wall, and it kind of moves
position. But this is behind a door inside this house.
through a doorway, but it looks like the door's open.
Do I smell? What can I smell in terms of magic?
You get some.
Can I do like some sort of a magic notice roll, or
Yeah, well, you have like knowledge
Something?
arcane, or
no? I just fake it really well.
okay. So you can totally try that.
That's a 4.
Okay, you get the smell of magic in the house that's different from the smell that kind of is all over the town from the dome. Like, it doesn't smell like the dome inside here. It smells different.
Do I get any vibes about it? Like it's evil or undead or malicious is what I mean.
No,
Okay.
no, you don't get any kind of a sense like that.
Okay. I have an open comm channel, and everyone will hear me say, "I'm walking into your house. I don't mean to intrude. We're just trying to see if we can talk to someone. We're trying to find a missing kid." And then I will cautiously go to that other door and knock on it or push it slightly.
It's it's open.
Okay.
Like the doorway, it's fully open like this.
Okay.
You get up to it and you kind of peer around the corner, and standing behind what looks like a really old desk looks like a mid-50s-ish human male, and he's like Dr. Manhattan glowing blue. Like, just all of him
Is he wearing
sort of
pants?
this blue. Yeah, he looks like he's wearing regular sort of clothes.
Because you mentioned Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
He's a look, behold. That's what he was trying to be quiet and lure you in. He's like, this is how I trick travelers into seeing my junk. But yeah, he's standing there at the
whole
desk.
town of shy exhibitionists.
Right.
They're like, they're not sure if they're really in or not, but they want to try it out a little bit.
Hello? Does he respond to me at all?
You see him, and it looks like he was looking down at the desk, and when you kind of step around the door jamb and you're visible through the doorway, he looks up, and he looks like concerned, and he kind of puts his hand out
Uh-oh.
like that, but he doesn't make a sound at all.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
And he kind of squints his eyes, and then he literally moves through the desk and starts coming at you.
I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you, and I'm out of that building.
Okay. You kind of you start tromping down the hallway, and he, like, comes out the door and starts following you back towards the front porch. And it looks like he's just holding out his hand, like coming at you like that.
Okay. Well, everyone can
And-
hear me on this hot mic.
And now that
but-
he's out and moving, it doesn't look like he's moving his feet. He's just moving along. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to get out as I'm backing up through this house and out into the sunlight. I want to get my sharpened silver cross out and see if he responds to that at all.
I'm gonna activate my armor
Because
and
this
my sword.
clearly looks
Carry
supernatural.
tabletop.
I will turn into a dragon. Just in case.
Right? So he comes hoofing it back onto the front porch, and you're like,
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I was ready. You told me to be ready. So, you produce your cross and you're like brandishing it at him.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
as I'm backing up.
Okay. It doesn't seem to affect him in any way. In fact, as you hold out your hand, he moves in, like he kind of lunges a little faster and brushes it with his hand. Like his hand sort of passes through the top of the cross, and it gets really cold.
Oh no.
Okay.
But you keep backing up, and he keeps coming towards you.
Yeah.
Do you have a concept of like ghosts and stuff?
You've never seen one? Do you have a concept about a ghost? Somebody
know.
tell ghost stories when you were a kid? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Guys, I don't know who this guy is or what this town is, but he's moving through things. I'm getting cold spikes whenever he tries to touch me. We got to get out of here. This is not our business.
And as you say that and you're out into the front yard now, you see coming out from a couple of the other houses on the street, you see a couple of other things that just kind of move through the doors, and they start looking up and down the street, and then they kind of see you guys and they start heading this direction.
Are they people shaped?
Yeah, they're various people, but blue.
Remor just did help a player for Nick for being a Ghostbuster.
Thank you.
Oh, I actually have two Nicks. Sorry, Remor and Buadat.
Budaday.
Budaday, yeah.
Awesome.
Both of you for Nick.
Thank you
Look
very
at that.
much.
And Budaday is the one who said for being a Ghostbuster.
Word.
I'll step to the side in case anyone wants to leave the town. But I'm staying inside the gate.
Okay. So you move to the side. Are you hunkering down or? Okay.
And nobody at any time has said anything at all.
In fact, you
For
haven't
any of
heard
these.
the vaguest sound from any of them.
Okay.
Nor does it look like they're trying to say anything. Like, they're not. It's
They're
not like a TV on mute. It's-
Floating
Okay.
menacingly.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, is my dosimeter going off at all? Am I getting a radiation reading that's stronger than normal?
Probably not.
Okay.
Nah. It,
Hey, I don't know if this is some
I'm gonna
weird
go with no.
atomic ghost that's.
like straight from the 50s. This town was called Paradise, Nevada. There's a little sign. Oh, sorry. So, as you see some of them coming out of the houses, and you see some of them going away from you guys, too.
Okay.
Like, they look like they're heading farther into the town, and I totally forgot to say.
Do they know, like they're noticing us? Like the one besides the one who's obviously chasing me, are the other ones even acknowledge that we're here at all?
No, they don't even look like they're not holding up their hand aggressively or anything like this one guy is. They're just kind of moving. Some of them are going away and some of them are going in your direction. It looks like some of them come out of one house and go down the steps and across to the next house and back up the steps and inside.
Wah, wah, wah. They're Minecraft villagers.
Oh. I was like, what? Are you calling for ducks? What are you trying to do? Yeah. Yeah.
So none of the other ones are like creeping at us.
No, because this is like the first house in the town, so none of
Yeah.
them, the rest of them have gotten.
You said
Close
some of
to
them have
you.
noticed us and are coming in our direction.
Some of them are heading this direction. You don't really.
We don't really know if they noticed.
Yeah.
Team, I think we should get outside of the borders of this town fast.
Relative D-Pod just did help a player for Trifinor. He did your name right. I don't know how to say it.
Nice.
Terrafanor.
Terrafanor, because
Thank
dragons.
you. I'm gonna fly and just do like a flyover of the town to see if there's anything interesting further into the town where some of them are going.
Sure. So you flap your wings and lift off. You get about 20 feet above the buildings and start moving in towards the center of town. And let's see. Do you have... I totally forget what magic spells you have.
Me too. Teleport, invisibility, and stun.
Okay. Cool. So you don't have the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
So, never mind. You get you start to move forward, and there's like a beam of the same yellow light comes up out of a building in the
Ah.
center of town.
Crap.
In the center of town?
Yeah, like just like a big tower of this light that goes up 75 feet or so.
Okay.
And then starts to form into the thing, and
Oh,
it's
crap.
coming down
Oops.
pretty quickly. Like,
Over the comms. I'm gonna go, Dome's coming down, get out! And then I'm gonna make a beeline for airspace outside of Dome.
okay, so
Dome
you
Town.
circle and start to kind of dive, because at this point it's kind of getting
Yeah.
low. We'll do you first, because you're moving fast.
Okay.
Make an agility check.
Okay.
So does it go up like a fountain and then start to come down?
Oh, yeah.
Or
Kinda. You don't know if there's a hole in the middle.
right.
Like a donut.
I'm just trying to get a visual.
But
of
yeah,
that.
like it looks like this tower light goes up and then just starts to form and come down.
Okay.
7.
Do one more agility check.
Okay.
You're closing in on it, but like the dome is coming down pretty fast.
Okay.
This is the like dive under the rock wall as it's coming down, but try and reach
That
back
one
and get your
exploded.
hat.
That one's a 9 in case I... Ooh, explode again. 12.
18.
Oh yeah, okay, it's cool. You're cool.
23!
I know. It's fun to find out what the final number is. Totally.
Yes.
So you get and you dive and you actually like have to tuck in your wings.
Like Indiana Jones roll
Like
under it.
essentially like the airborne version of that. Like you were flying, and when you're in flight, your wings are kind of up, kind of above your head height a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So like you know, like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, and so you kind of tuck them in and dive. You actually end up having to do like a skidding land outside
Oh, okay.
because like you had this momentum, but you had to pull in your wings, so you didn't
Yeah.
have lift anymore, and you just kind of skitter along the ground a
Face
little bit.
plant on the ground.
You didn't though. You
Okay.
didn't face plant. You managed it
Ground landing.
like stunt
Yeah.
man. Like you hit with your legs, and it kind of did like that stutter stop
Oh, okay.
thing. But you are outside as the dome's coming down.
I'm so glad nobody saw that.
The Bus and Chops just redeemed help a player for me.
Yay!
Some big spenders tonight.
Are you out of
Thank
them?
you.
Yeah.
Here.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
And we need to
Okay.
decide
Over
if
here,
the help a player ones, are they going to carry over?
They do carry over.
Okay.
We did.
Oh,
just-
okay.
Yeah, so the ones
track.
that, yeah, keep track of
I
the ones
will.
that are help a player ones, and those do carry over. Just mark it on your character sheet.
Okay.
The other ones all reset like normal.
I'll have to find more chips.
And double thank you.
Yeah, people are like,
Actually, the bag has some green chips in it if you want to use those.
We'll get there. So, the rest of you.
Nope.
Oh,
Remore 12 said, Stu, did I do it right this time? Yes, he did.
another
So
help a player?
Yeah, help a player, sorry.
Gee, many Christmas. I'm gonna have to get mean.
Great job,
you.
guys, making him be aggressive with us. Thanks.
Well, everybody's got like 16 bennies. It's gotta be like,
4? That's fine.
okay, yeah.
Kimmy's rolling in it.
I have 6.
Part of
Yeah.
it was for the knickknacks.
That's
Okay.
true.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So not all of it's carrying.
Well,
over.
I specifically
And
was like,
your,
I'm gonna try and give them out more. I'm gonna try and give them out more, and then everybody's like, we are too.
big spenders.
So, the dome starts coming down much quicker as it begins to solidify. You see Tiff just dives out underneath it. You guys can try and make a run to see if you can, like, you are close enough to the gate.
I'm setting to the side.
Right.
I step to the side,
Right.
and I will let them get past me first.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were outside the walls.
No, he came in
okay.
and
I'm
moved to the side of the
to the
gate.
side in case you guys want to go.
Okay. So you guys can make a run, and we'll see.
I'm rear guard.
It's going to be tough.
Sure. I have a pace of 10,
Sure.
and then my running is a D8, a D10. I don't remember. I didn't write it on this sheet. Maybe I did. No, I did not.
Excuse me.
But it's higher than normal.
D8? D6 is normal.
Yeah, D6 is normal.
Yeah. I think I have Fleet of Foot, which increases it to something else.
Which I think is a D8 for Fleet of Foot, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Oh no, a D10. Sorry.
Okay, Fleet Footer is a D10.
Yep.
Okay.
Look at that. For the first time ever, I cracked open a book on the right page.
What?
So,
Oh, I didn't get a D10 out because I was like, I don't use
don't
D10s
normally
for
need
anything.
one of those. I will say that it's gonna need to probably be like a 9 or a 10.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
just eyeballing it.
Okay.
You can do it.
We believe in you.
Neither of those. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
don't-
It's just
it's
right.
just
So
the
it's
D10,
plus-
yeah.
So it's plus 5. So my pace would be 15 for the round.
You don't think you're gonna make it. You can try, but you're gonna definitely be in the danger zone of having the thing touch you when it comes down.
Is this happening at the same time? Like, are we all running at the same time? Can I tell if anyone else is going to make it too?
Well, we'll go ahead and do it mechanically
Okay.
then. Like Stu's
I
waiting
definitely
for you guys.
won't. If he's barely going to make it, because I'm waiting for them to clear first.
That chat
If
room's
you're
asking,
waiting, they're probably
can you
not
use
gonna-
extra or maximum effort.
Maximum effort.
Then
Is
he's
that
let you
a-
add 1d6.
To it.
Oh, that's a system rule.
I don't know. That's what Gen Human says.
So, yeah.
And
Benny
while we're
Sanders.
doing that,
I don't know.
Vampire 54 did help a player for Nick. Because dogs need love too.
Yay.
That was the last of my bottles.
Drink more.
I've
Drink
got
faster.
tabs
We'll
off of
figure it out. It'll
cans.
be fine.
Yeah, I just threw a handful of bottle caps
Gen
away.
Human says,
did.
yes,
For
it's a
Sunday,
system
we grabbed
roll.
those.
Yes.
Oh, Mac is going to curse that. She's saving those for something.
Yeah,
I think she's making beer cap chainmail or something.
that's cool.
I'm
Well,
not sure.
I can grab them all. I mean, there's nothing else in the trash.
That's like her entire reasoning for joining our podcast. She's like,
They drink a lot
all
of
the
beer.
ever.
I need to.
we have a guy at Saving Throw who's just collecting them. It's like, give me all your beer caps.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't said for what, but
I bet it's something like that. That'd be very cool.
he's told us. He joked and said it was for the Fallout scenario, but we don't know if that's true or not. Here's the thing: I won't leave my team behind. So so it doesn't look like the team's getting out, then I'm not getting out either.
Well, he specifically said he's waiting for you guys to get out. So we can find out
I'm
what
booking
you're.
it.
Okay.
Like, I was gonna try and like communicate with them, but like the minute I see that and hear over the comm that it's coming down, I'm like, oh.
And you have 8 pace, I think, and a D10
I,
running die.
yeah, I'm running for sure. Like running.
So you're definitely going to need to hit high on your running die. So
Do I roll it with a d6? No.
No, it's just the running die.
Just the running die.
Yeah.
4.
Oh.
Now, as they were talking about, one of the
Oh, yeah, can I-
system
Roll-
rules is you could roll a
roll a
d6
D6
and just
and
add
add
it to
it.
it for a Benny.
Okay, well, that's my Benny for a new roll.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
but with Benny spent, you get to keep whatever
the
the highest
better of
was.
the two.
So
Oh, okay.
whatever your best total has
What
been
was
You had
so
a
far.
4 when it was over there. I don't know what you
Yeah,
had before.
4.
Yeah.
I thought the 4. I didn't
I
see
think
the first one.
the first one was 7.
Okay.
7.
4, 1.
So now I'm
Spend
sending a
another
Benny
to.
to add the d6 to it, is what it was?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
8, 9, 10.
Okay. You were just gonna squeak it.
Okay.
Like, just barely out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I think that Lambert's going to be able to get out. If he's not moving at all, I'm just going to do a stop and stand with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd do the same. If I notice that neither one of them are going,
All right. You.
I'm getting close, and then I'm like, damn it.
So you get.
We're gonna make.
I'm gonna make it. Like you see, it's coming down, and you're like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah! And then you're like, oh, and you stop.
Seeing where it is, if it's tough for us and Lambert hasn't moved yet,
Yeah.
there's no way he's going to get under that.
Bless their hearts.
And it's just like you manage to stop, and it's just like
okay.
right in
Over
front
the
of you.
counter.
Yeah.
I said get out, not stay in there.
Lambert wasn't going to be able to get out, and I'm not going to leave him behind
You
here.
are armed and ready.
Buddha Day just redeemed drink. So drink.
Oh.
Drink.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you. They're big spenders tonight, man.
Can I see? Can I see where the source of this yellow shaft of light is?
That was terrible. I missed a 1 foot throw.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Can I see where the source of this shaft of light where
You can. Down, it's like the end of the block and kind of to the right a bit. You don't have a clear shot because there's buildings
Oh,
between.
then I won't anchor.
But you can shoot it like where you see the column of light.
I think I want to hit the source of it.
Is the guy still following?
Yes, but you tore off, so he doesn't seem like he's moving any faster.
Okay.
He's just at that speed of like slightly below brisk walk, like a purposeful walk
Okay.
speed. And it looks like there's another one that looks like a mid-30s female that's kind of picked up the trail. Like she's kind of just a little behind this guy, and they're both kind of coming at you now. Like
I'm putting myself between them and him, just on the off chance that my special armor might repel them, and when his regular armor doesn't.
Well, and we can shoot over you. You're melee and we're ranged.
Yeah.
Unless things have
I was
gotten
trying
really
to come
bad.
up with like a.
Well, I'm moving away from you guys.
Right.
And you know I have to
we
move
know,
away
fine,
from you
yeah.
guys
We're good
because
with that.
don't follow me.
Yeah.
they're like, we gotta get away from these things, and they climb
wanna
up
do-
on your armor, and you're like, damn it!
I want to do one other thing.
Sure.
Before we get started, I want to grab a rock or a dirt clod or something
Sure.
from the ground and throw it up into the thing and see if it sticks on this side as well.
Okay. You chuck it up there, and again, it looks like there's this tendril of light that comes from the central column that comes out, and it looks almost like it, when the rock hits, it shoots out really fast, pins it. Looks like it's pinned in place.
Okay.
Oh.
But does it look like it's, is it like pin like there's something through it, or pin just like it's not moving anymore?
Like, it flies up, and where it hits, this light shoots out, stops it.
Okay.
Right there along the inside edge of the dome.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you want to. Are we going to combat rounds, or are we still doing things?
I don't really want to do that because it's
Okay,
9:45.
that's late.
Okay. What happens when I put myself between him and them?
When you stand there and
Yeah.
brandish things, they
They
they're
moved
just coming
through it?
towards you.
Okay.
No,
Oh.
they haven't moved into you. They're still a ways back because you guys
Mm-hmm.
ran. So you have time to move somewhere else if you want before. They're kind of coming at you like slightly better than George Romero zombies.
Okay.
Like they're not like real slow, but they're not like sprinting at you.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
I'm not gonna do I'm not entering combat with them. Like I'm not gonna attack them. You know, I'm gonna like there's one like who's out in front a ways, right?
Yeah, the guy one is the closest.
Okay. I'm gonna like. This is gonna be the dumbest idea ever, but I want to see what happens.
No. My idea's the dumbest idea ever, so I want to hear yours first.
All right, so I'm gonna like move pretty quick, move up to him, and just kind of put my hands out just to touch his hand just a little bit. Not like a lot, but just a little.
You're not like, give me your hand. You're just like,
It's more like because he said the cold thing,
Like
so
Michelangelo.
a little bit, like just to see a little bit if I get the same thing.
you get up to it, and he like you see like he's kind of been maintaining eye contact on him, but as you kind of move in closer, he kind of slowly sort of shifts and sees you now, and he comes at you, and you reach up and you kind of just touch his hand for a second, and you see like little fingers of frost run down the outside of your armor, and it gets cold.
Okay.
I mean, you're pretty insulated, but like you do feel the cold of
Okay.
it.
So but he also can penetrate my magic armor. Okay. My cool armor.
Probably.
Now, none of the people look like
Well-
they're much more than like they're floating, but they're not flying, right? They're still maintaining, like they're coming out of their own doors. They're behaving as if they were normal mortals, right?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't look like they're like carrying packages or doing daily activities, but they're all moving sort of like normal people would.
I jump up on this wall, onto this other abutment, onto the top of the roof, and then jump backwards into the wall,
Into the dome?
into the dome, and load. So I'm high enough that they can't reach me. You know, so I'm like 10 or 15 feet off the
That's
ground,
Overwatch.
Yeah. That's
and then I go into position.
Right, so as she runs up to that guy and
Oh, this is a bad idea.
so you sprint up, you parkour your way up the side of
Rains
the
from
building,
above.
and you
Hey, it didn't look like it was hitting the rocks or anything, so maybe they'll just pin me here.
Right.
and
Blow them up.
like your back hits the dome, and almost faster than your eyes can see, another tendril lances out and hits you in the chest. I'm gonna say it's an automatic shaken, like
Okay.
because like it kind of
Sure.
almost feels like it knocks the wind out of you because it
Okay.
was like a super fast impact sort of a thing. But you are adhered to the edge of the dome up above the street now.
Okay. So out of hand.
Yeah,
range.
you're way up.
Okay.
Yeah, you're 25 feet up because you kind of
Can I see the source of the light yet? I'm walking down
you're
the street until I
moving
can.
down the street. You get about halfway down the street, and it looks like you've picked up a tail of a couple of these glowing people.
I'm not paying attention to them.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
They're sort of following you. You kind of get to the end, and there looks like there's a big, almost like a squarish sort of cinder block building with just a single door, like a single person door on one side.
That's fascinating.
Let us see if we can make a bigger door.
Yeah.
And I'd have to spend a turn anchoring. I can't move and shoot. So next turn I could anchor and shoot, but I can't move and shoot. I think that's the way the rules
Right.
work. Yeah.
You can
That's
move,
actually,
and
that's
then
actually
anchor.
not technically
Yeah, right.
true. You can move and shoot. You just have
It's
the
a
potential to
bad
blow
idea.
yourself backwards, and
And then I
maybe-
would be stuck on the dome with you.
maybe. But then you wouldn't have to anchor.
That's true.
This is the best.
We'll just dig our way out. Until the city collapses in the pit upgraded.
You have to like start harvesting wood from the buildings to build like a butt fence to hold the dirt back.
Yeah.
So as soon as I
Then
can, I'm going to take the shot at the bunker.
Sure.
Genuine says you can move and anchor, then next round shoot and unanchor.
Okay.
Right.
But you can't move in the same turn that you shoot. Basically, is the
Right.
You have
Just
to anchor.
okay.
Yeah.
So you get over there and you line up a shot, and you fire, It's a big building, so you don't need to roll
Okay.
to hit it. And your flechette round flies out, obviously almost faster than can be seen, but since you're on it, you can sort of see. It gets to the building, and it looks like the light lances down, and like hundreds of little fingers of light come down from the thing
Where's the light coming from?
out of the roof of this building.
Okay.
Like it looks almost like a pretty fountain of yellow
So,
light.
like off of the shaft of light that's coming up, some of it swirls down and.
Like it's almost like it shoots out fingers of light. Like you see, there's a tenuous one that's now holding a rock and him in the distance,
A rock and
and now it lances out and looks like it's holding a constellation of little sparkly silver bits in the air, like right in front of the building.
You thought Kylo Ren was impressive.
yeah.
Okay. I'll unanchor after the shot.
I'd say that it gives time for one of the nearby blue things to sort of catch up.
Sure.
And they just come up and start passing their hand through the leg of the armor, and you start to get a couple of like warning lights about like
beep, 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 beep,
That
beep.
the
yeah, just
temperature is
like
dropping?
yeah, just
Environmental controls at maximum.
well, you're fine. You don't feel
Right.
it yourself, but it seems like there might be some mobility issues in the leg because it's getting colder and colder.
Okay.
That kind of a thing.
Okay.
So, like on the little schematic of the bot, you see a little
Icing.
yeah,
Icing,
yeah,
the
exactly.
Icing light is on.
Recommend
Maybe
steam
not the
de-icing.
best time to have our giant fire monster out of the out of the dome.
She's outside, right?
Tiffany, it looks like this barrier is stopping physical things. Can you give a little blast of fire and see if you can burn through
Sure.
it?
Let's give it a try.
All right.
I'm gonna shoot a fireball at it. Not a cone, so it doesn't stop the fire,
Fire loogie.
and
Right.
go through the fire.
Yeah.
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 Do I need to roll for that?
No, you can totally hit the dome unless there's a specific thing that you're trying to hit.
No, I just want to
through
hit the dome.
Okay.
Not anywhere near where he
Like up
is.
top, just so you
stuck
can see
on
if it passes through?
Sure.
Yeah.
You spit the fire, and it impacts with the dome and spreads out, but it looks like it doesn't hold it in place. Like it, whatever magic it seems to hold physical objects there, it doesn't get a grasp on your fire.
The fire
But it doesn't go
spreads out, but it
through?
doesn't go through.
It doesn't look like it penetrates. No.
Okay. Okay. I want to fly up over the dome and see if there's a hole in the middle,
Okay.
like a fountain.
I have a hurricane.
You fly up, you get up top, and it doesn't look like there's like a hole, but you can see like the super concentrated bright spot on the top.
Okay.
So it's like you're looking down into a flashlight shining up at you.
I'm gonna
Kind of
pelt
thing.
that with fire.
Okay. You just start yeah. And the fire again, it hits it and you see like the little fingers of light reaching out like they should try and
Yeah.
catch something, but it's almost like because of the fact that your fire's intangible sort
Yeah.
of, it doesn't have anything to grab
Okay.
kind of a deal, so it doesn't.
Tiffany, I have another idea.
Okay.
See if you can grab boulders, rocks, trees, dirt, anything, and drop it on the edge of the shield. Not over where we are, but drop it anywhere on the shield and see if you can overpower it.
Okay. That was what I was thinking also. Let's do that. I'll go pick up the largest object I can find that's not our vehicles.
Take a truck! Take a buggy! Yeah, you see that there's some sort of a oakish tree that you kind of can fly over and grab onto the base and uproot
Okay.
and carry it over. And are you trying to fly up and drop it on top, or are you
Yeah.
trying to like just hurl it at the side?
No.
Just, I think it might only, maybe it can only hold so much. If you can overpower it, it might go down, and we can get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And if they do kill us all, At least they will be rained upon with a bunch of refuse.
Well, thank you for looking on the bright side of things there,
So you-
Lamb Bear.
You fly up and you drop this tree, and the tree hits
Rains
it,
of Castle Refuge.
and just like it looks like the wood, like where the first branches hit, they sort of splinter and stuff, but the little fingers of light shoot out and grab onto this tree and are holding it sort of in
Okay.
place, including little tiny little strings of light where like the dirt has fallen off the roots and hit
Yeah.
it's all.
It's gonna get overwhelmed.
More. Keep
Yeah,
going.
I'm gonna keep dropping as.
I'm gonna anchor and
Trees.
shoot again at the thing.
Okay.
'Cause I'll give
And
it some
I
supreme
want to
shit
concentrate
do,
them
too.
kind of all in the where this bright spot is, over
Right.
top of.
Right over the central building.
Yeah.
I'm armored. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They're not right under that part. It's still you know.
Yeah. Like
But
I want
yeah,
to
you
keep
just
those
start
little
building
light
like a
figures as
pyramid
busy
of
as
junk
possible.
on
Yeah.
top.
Trees. The tree prophecy came true.
So
Is
As-
it egg shaped yet? Is it like
no, it doesn't look
Okay.
like that's happening. But it's. I mean, you're taking a little time to do this.
Yeah.
Hang on. Are you gonna try and get away from this guy?
Yeah, no, the minute like
Okay.
that happened, I was like, oh, not cool. So,
So you
yeah.
backpedal. Are you running down the street towards him, or are
Nope.
you gonna try and
yeah.
skirt the edge of the dome?
Can
or-
I try and shoot the one that's following her? The one that was following me and is not
Absolutely.
following her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a try.
I don't think this is going to have any effect, but
I'm not heading towards Lamb Bear. I know from experience it's a terrible decision. So I'm gonna skirt around the edge
I mean,
of
I'm not
the-
saying like run right up on him,
No,
but
yeah.
if you wanted to go in that direction.
I'm going to skirt around the edge of the dome, heading kind of towards him, but not direct.
Okay.
okay. I'm gonna try and double tap because that seems to be my thing. 6, so 7.
It's a hit, not a raise.
Hit, not a raise.
Roll
Oh,
some
I didn't
damage.
even know if you were going to have me roll dice. I thought,
Yeah,
just in
why
case
not?
it might be like a. Yeah, you hit him. Goes right through. Nothing happens. That's a nice exploding 6.
Yay!
That was 8 and 6 is 14. And another 4 is 17.
The
With AP4.
and it's a laser rifle.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure what kind of ammunition it was.
Yeah.
So it fires off, it comes down, and you manage to hit the guy kind of center mass. And it's the weirdest thing. You've never seen an effect like this, but it looks like the light of the laser beam hits him and then, like, coherently freezes in place. So, like, the bolt hits him and penetrates him and then just is there. And he, like,
sticking at him as he continues to move, or is it frozen?
it like
Where it hit him.
like he moves off and it's still right there.
Oh, weird.
And he's kind of tracking after the way she ran. But anyway, I think that's a good place to stop for tonight.
There you go.
On a cliffhanger.
Well-
Nice!
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it'd be like, no, I'm a super awesome cyber knight. I'm good. You won't hurt us. You're
Yeah.
great.
Your armor isn't inherently magic.
This
It's
was 11
kind
or
of like a bioorganic sort of a
13?
thing that you can
13.
manifest.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you didn't try your flaming sword of death.
Right. I haven't done that yet. Because we're avoiding combat.
Sure.
But that's next.
We're going to try some new stuff.
See what happens next time.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you all, Internet, for joining us and
Yay.
spending a
Absolutely,
ton
thank
of
you.
beer
Yeah.
on helping everybody. Mm-hmm. So next session, I'll have to come up with mean shit. Start kicking some ass.
You've already got us in this pretty
Yeah,
nice little.
I think we're good
trap.
on the mean stuff. I think we got it. Thank you, though.
We don't know how tough they are. Nobody's like engaged them in combat. So we'll see.
I shot him and he froze my bolt.
That's true. You do have some idea that it's not going to be a cakewalk, but yeah. So this has been episode 13 of our Tomorrow Legion Savage Worlds Rift game.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yes.
2 weeks. Thank you.
So it was super great. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to check out happyjacks.org/schedule to see next time we're streaming, to get caught up on all our stuff. Also check out happyjacks.org/forum to talk with other Happy Jacks fans, talk with the hosts, talk about your favorite systems, find your own games to play online or in person, or just rant about whatever the hell you want, talk about beer. Do that. Do the thing.
Especially tell me if I mess something up.
Yes.
Because it's how I get better at this.
Absolutely.
With the exception of the moving and drawing weapons rule that I can never get right. But everything
I think
else,
I've given up on that one.
yeah.
just done with that.
People don't mention it anymore, but I think I still fuck it up. But other than that, it really does help me make sure that I stay on track and don't screw up everything.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Thank you guys. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
We're out of time and out of space, lamenting for the human race. A cataclysmic crisis from the past. A small blue world asunder torn, an apocalyptic nightmare born, and mankind better learn to cope with it fast. Watch the glittering protectors rise! Inhuman foes meet your demise! And boom, boom, boom! Your end is nigh!
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.